a second attempt at this.
Take two.
Take two. And lovely to see you on this day when we remember the conversion of St. Paul and other very important events. And a welcome to Michael, to Alison, to Malcolm.
And the jingle.
And the jingle.
It's Malcolm's birthday, so happy birthday, Malcolm.
Happy birthday, Malcolm.
Yeah.
The big one, the big 6-0.
Great.
Oh,
Right,
there we are.
yes.
Sarah's texting
So
us.
that's
Oh,
slightly
texting
different.
you.
Yes.
Happy birthday to
We're
you.
going to have a lot of those probably. Popping up. So it's the conversion of Paul Day. Is that it's his
That's what
day?
the 25th of January is the day when the church remembers his conversion.
So you were born on Paul's conversion day.
I was, yes.
Paul.
Yeah.
Paul Rogers.
Yeah. Might have confused things.
Might
Right.
have, yes.
Yes.
Wow. So these
right.
are readings specially selected because of it being Paul's Day, and they have a very sort of they sound like
They're sort of linked, aren't they?
links to
to
his
what's
life, don't
happened
they?
to him.
Reflecting what happened in his life.
I mean, there is a sort of a whole idea that is, in one sense, they're sort of having that reading from Ezekiel. They're looking back to the ministry of the prophet Ezekiel and saying there are some echoes of his ministry.
It is, but it's remarkably similar, isn't it? It's a bit like the road to Damascus when he kind of
Yes.
gets blinded and muted. Isn't the same thing happening here? The tongue will be stuck to the roof of your mouth.
Yes, it's almost like that. And he's being bound as well. He can't move, he can't go until God comes into him
Do you know,
and says,
I have read
"Come to
this
me."
passage with St. Paul's for all these years, and I've never actually seen that one, Mike, so thank you.
Wow.
Which?
The connection between Ezekiel's experience of being bound and with Paul's
Yeah.
conversion of
Well, I
falling
thought
down
that's
and
what it
seeing
was
the money.
about.
Well, I always thought the second bit about, go and speak.
When I speak with you, I will open,
sort
yeah.
of the
Okay.
emphasis on the speaking.
Thus says the
Yes.
Lord.
But no, of course, it's much more
It's
about
because
that.
he was, yeah.
So he sort of has this vision of God, but also the thing about Ezekiel is he sometimes enacts out his prophecies. A bit like in Hosea, where Hosea is told to go marry this woman who's an unfaithful and then
right.
bring
Yeah.
her back and love her. So Ezekiel also acts them out, and in this one he sort of gets people to bind him, but it does seem this is something that's out of his control. I'll make your tongue cling to the roof of your mouth. You will be speechless. He'll want to speak, but he won't be able to. And then, when I will open your mouth, then you will speak.
But it's interesting because in Paul's case, it was because he was himself at that stage not a believer, and he even persecuted Christians. And so
Yeah.
God was like saying, "Hey, you, what are you up to? Just let you know who's God."
And he was blinded.
And he was blinded, and then it was like, "Let me sort of open your eyes to the truth." Whereas here, it's different, isn't it? Because Ezekiel is not rebelling against God, is he? He is actually carrying out and spreading the word of God's message.
Yeah.
So he's being silenced for another reason, is he?
Well, I think it might be ill. We don't know, but whatever it is, it's that holding it back. There's a lovely prayer. Somebody was talking about preparing for preaching, and he said, when I pray, a Pentecostal preacher said, when I pray for preaching, he said, first of all, he said, I think myself full, then I praise myself hot,
Right.
then I'll let myself go.
Excellent.
No, I think to myself, sorry, I didn't quite go, I think to myself clear, I reads myself full, thinks myself clear, praise myself hot, then lets myself go.
Wow. Who said that again? I love that.
Just some Pentecostal.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes.
But it's also the other interesting thing is the rebellious people. The rebellious are the people he's giving the message to, aren't they? So it's whereas in Paul's case it's the other way around. He's the rebel.
Although he is
To begin
also
with, but then he is.
preaching to rebels
Yes.
as well.
Oh
people,
gosh, right.
people who've rebelled against God.
And that phrase, let those who hear, and those who refuse, you hear that so many times, don't you, in the New Testament?
Yeah.
It's sort of repeated through.
If you have ears here.
Mm.
Oh yes,
So,
yes.
yeah.
And then Philippians 3, which is possibly the most personal that we find Paul writing. But he talks about all the qualifications that he has, spiritual qualifications, and he says those things are absolute rubbish. Those things are like dung to me in comparison to knowing the Lord Jesus, because it all rests on faith in him.
Right. Because he says, "I have all the reasons to be confident," because of who I am, my birth,
Yeah.
my position as a Pharisee, and I was, righteous under the law, and that was all kind of nothing.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's
yet all
interesting.
of that was nothing compared to.
And this great line, I want to know Christ. But this, for this sake, I've suffered the loss of all things. I want to know Christ, the power of his resurrection, the sharing of his sufferings by becoming like him in his death. In other words, that obedience and that listening to God that would lead even to the cross. So that somehow, by any means, you might say, it's not sort of something he's hoping to try and get, but that I may attain the resurrection of his from the dead. And I press on to make it my own.
And this goal, I really like this, it's almost forgetting what lies behind, almost sort of saying, oh well, that's what's happened now. It doesn't, we don't dwell on all those things behind us and the things that went wrong or the boasting that we might have done.
The things that have gone well, yeah.
Yeah, even that. And yet we strain forwards. Yeah.
It's actually a great passage for a birthday.
Ah,
It's
yes.
a great passage, that last bit,
birthday.
the pressing on, forgetting what lies behind, and straining forward to what lies ahead. Because that's what we're looking forward
I
to.
press on towards the goal for the prize, yes.
Yeah.
Great. And I did think, there was one thing I did think of actually in the Psalms, actually, which suddenly reminded me, that one bit about he gives snow like wool.
Oh,
And I suddenly thought, that's the way the proverb works.
there is.
It's like ice. I mean, now I understand. It's like, of course, the icy water is like wool. It's like snow as wool. I thought, what a great
Lovely.
idea.
There is, yeah.
Well, we get quite a lot of that here.
Indeed, lots of wool everywhere.
Lots of wool.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Excellent.
Have a wonderful day, and hope to see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye. Great.